Baltimore Orioles have a ton of prospects that are getting close to the big leagues, and that has been highlighted recently by Adley Rutschman getting to the big leagues, but also Grayson Rodriguez, who is the number 3 prospect in baseball. He is currently injured, which was unfortunate, but he has a very, very bright future ahead of him, and we are going to cover him in today's prospect pipeline. This is the Grayson Rodriguez prospect pipeline. My name is Derek. You're watching Bleacher Brawls, and let's get straight into it. Grayson Rodriguez, stellar pitcher. The Orioles I think Adley Rutschman is losing his prospect status. So Grayson Rodriguez will bump up to the Orioles' number 1 prospect and the MLB's number 2 prospect behind just only Riley Green, who will also be losing his prospect status at some point in the next month, I think, or something like that. So Grayson Rodriguez could very easily be the number 1 prospect in baseball in the next month or two. That's very, very, crazy for the Orioles, considering they just had the number 1 prospect and they could have another one with Grayson Rodriguez, and Grayson Rodriguez is fully deserving of that title of number 1 prospect in baseball. He's been elite in the Orioles system since the day he got there. You look at the stats, a 1.40 ERA in 2018 in rookie ball. That was eight starts. And then in 2019 in A ball, a 2.68 ERA. 2021 in high A with a 1.54 ERA. And then he got called up to double A and he had a 2.60 ERA. Just, stellar. And this year in 11 starts, a 2.09 ERA. Grayson Rodriguez, and that's in AAA. Grayson Rodriguez, stellar. He was working towards a call-up. Unfortunately, the injury, he's pretty much going to be sidelined for the rest of this year. Might come back in September, but I doubt it'll be on the MLB roster. But 2023 expect it. And Grayson Rodriguez, he's such a good talent. And it's kind of a shame that he's injured because you never know what happens with injuries. It could kind of change the career of a player. Which is unfortunate. But actually, the MLB pipeline did just update their rankings as of post today's games. Yesterday when you're seeing this, they just changed it. So Grayson Rodriguez is down from 3 to 4. But the point still stands. He could still be the number 1 prospect. Francisco Alvarez gets called up. He would be, and then Corbin Carroll, who knows if he gets called up this year, we'll see. Grayson Rodriguez could also leapfrog him again. I think Rodriguez just got dropped a little bit because he was injured. But regardless, it's the Orioles have just been turning out a lot of good prospects at Rutschman. Now Grayson Rodriguez is 4th ranked. He was just 3rd ranked. Gunnar Henderson's 5th for the Orioles. But like Grayson Rodriguez, you look at him and you look at his MLB pipeline rate, his scouting grades on the 2080 scouting scale, a 70 fastball, a 50 curveball, 60 slider, 70 changeup, 60 control, 60 overall. Just stellar. Obviously, who's the 1st round pick for the Orioles in 2018 with the 11th pick, and that has just been a stellar pick. Obviously, picked out of high school, and Grayson Rodriguez, he's going to be a star. Big numbers so far this year in AAA were a 40% ground ball rate, and then just a 271 BABIP was a little high, but it seemed like he kind of worked around everything anyways. That 209 ERA, a 188 a 168 FIP, and a 273 expected FIP. Stellar from Rodriguez. 12.86 Ks per 9, 2.25 walks per 9. We'll just maybe see that drop maybe a little bit, but you're not going to complain with that almost 13 strikeouts per 9. And home runs per 9 innings, 0.16, by far the lowest of his career. In 2021, it was 0.77 in high A, 0.9 in double A. This year in triple A is 0.16. That is just stellar for Grayson Rodriguez. And the Orioles have will have an amazing pitcher on their hands. 37.4% of the hitters he faced strikes out. Only 6.5% of them walk. A 166 average against him this year. He has a 0.84 whip. Leaves 75% of the runners on base. Just absolutely stellar for Grayson Rodriguez. And the Orioles are going to next year, they're going to get Grayson Rodriguez. They're going to add John Means. They're going to be stellar. We talk about it in tomorrow's video, as of when this goes up tomorrow, Thursday on the 7th. We talk about this as we do cover the Orioles again. They're coming. The prospects are coming. They're coming through the system. They're flying through that system. And the Orioles team, they're coming along very nicely. They're making progress. Progress is key for them, and they're making that progress. And Grayson Rodriguez is a big part of that, obviously. And like the Orioles as a whole, they have 2 top 5 prospects. Then Colton Cowser's down at 43, which a little bit of a jump, but guess what? You're not going to complain. DL Hall at 68. Then Jordan Westburg at 96. They have and obviously Adley Rutschman did just graduate from prospect status as of recording. With the game that was played tonight on the 5th. He graduated from prospect status. So good for Adley Rutschman. And Grayson Rodriguez is now the team's #1 prospect. The thing is, they have something special in Grayson Rodriguez. They don't have a bunch of pitching prospects, but they have something special with Grayson Rodriguez. Legitimate 4-pitch mix with the fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. Unfortunately, grade 2 right lat strain put him on the injured list early in June. But yeah, but hopefully, bounce back from that well and can pitch in 2023 for the Orioles. Fastball's 95 to 101. And he commands it very well. Great spin rate on it. Very good life on it as well. Mid-80s changeup, which is still improving. Which sounds crazy. Which with that pitch being rated as 70 on the 2080 scouting sale. But it's very good. Really good hard late movement. Very deceptive. His slider is also is a plus pitch, mid-80s. And then his curve, definitely his 4th pitch, low 80s. But it's still a decent pitch, and it could still continue to develop even further. And he's always throwing a lot of strikes for the most part. He's only getting better. That's the thing. And he has the potential to be a legitimate ace. There's not many guys, like that. At all in the league. So top-ranked pitching prospect in baseball, #4 prospect. The next closest are Daniel Espino of the Guardians, ranked 11th. And then Shane Baz at 12th. And we see what he's doing with the Rays this year. His first start was rough, but last year in 2021, Baz 3 starts, 203 ERA. This year, 5 starts, a 292 ERA, and that includes a terrible first start that he had with I think it was against the Yankees, where he got lit up for like 5 runs. So it's this next crop of guys who could be legitimate aces are coming, and Grayson Rodriguez leads that list of the guys who are going to be future aces, and that's huge. That's huge for the Orioles. And we talk about it more tomorrow, so I'm not going to get totally into it tomorrow's video. But the Orioles, they're growing something. They're building something. And to have a guy like Grayson Rodriguez, especially for a team that needs starting pitching, watch out for the Orioles in 2023, because if they go out and sign someone to add to the rotation, along with John Means getting healthy and Grayson Rodriguez, and then maybe they figure something out for the 4th and 5th starter, that bullpen's very, very good. The offense is coming along. Guys are developing. And maybe add in a couple prospects, maybe. Like, the Orioles could push, make a push, maybe not the playoffs, but like they're getting close to it. They were, 14 and 12 in June. Like, imagine if they were able to call up Grayson Rodriguez now, like, they could really potentially make a push. I think that's kind of their missing piece right now, a legit, really good starter. And if Grayson Rodriguez is healthy and they could give him that chance, I think they could and he can pitch well, and which I think he really could in the MLB even right now if he wasn't injured. They could really start maybe making a push for a wild card spot. Obviously, there's 4 teams ahead of them, and they're 6.5 games entering tonight. Back of the Rays, who did just win tonight against the Red Sox, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. But there's a lot of these pitchers coming up through systems that are just, you know, very good. You continue down the list of like legit guys who could be aces. Yuri Perez of the Marlins, Jack Leiter of the Rangers, Max Meyer of the Marlins, Jackson Jobe, of the Tigers. I think Jackson Jobe's probably the last one of like legitimate potential aces. Then you kind of get to the potential number two star, like number ones, not ace number ones, but still very good number ones. I think there's kind of that little bit of a gap between the potential aces and then the number ones, but not ace number ones. But yeah, regardless, Grayson Rodriguez, he's going to be a stud. It's going to be amazing for a long time to come. The Orioles are going to have to bank on him because, let's be honest, the Orioles they need starting pitching badly. And it sucks for the Orioles because they brought up Adley Rutschman and Grayson Rodriguez was on his way and he got injured. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, injuries happen. It sucks, but it's a part of the game. There's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately for the Orioles, they aren't able to bring up Grayson Rodriguez now. He could really help them. I think he could actually win them a couple extra games. Give them a nice couple starts. Give the bullpen have a lead. Give it to that bullpen. That bullpen's going to do the work for you. And with John Means, if John Means wasn't injured as well, you could say if they had Grayson Rodriguez and John Means all Grayson, if they had John Means all year and then bring up Grayson Rodriguez, they could have brought him up even like now with him being, if he was healthy, like that'd be huge for this Orioles team. I think that Orioles team would be pushing towards the playoffs. I think they'd be, you make the argument, they would be 500 with having both of them healthy. So yeah, it's Grayson Rodriguez has a bright future ahead of him. The Orioles have a bright future ahead of them. And, Rodriguez and Adley Rutschman are headlining this class of Orioles players that are coming up, along with Gunnar Henderson, headlining this Orioles, rebuild, headlining it and coming up, and they're going to all make statements to the big leagues. But Grayson Rodriguez, with so many young pitchers having success as of late, Grayson Rodriguez might be able to make the biggest day one impact out of Rutschman himself and Gunnar Henderson. I just think that, that it's shown with the pitchers who have come up over the past couple of years. Baz doing it with the Rays, Manoah with the Blue Jays, even Shane McClanahan to an extent with the Rays because rookie year, 350 something ERA. This year, he's my pick to win the Cy Young. I think he truly deserves it. I think he's the best pitcher in the American League and just his second year in the big leagues. And he can even go around the league as well. The Twins have a starter. I forget his name, but they got him in the Nelson Cruz trade with the Rays. He's been a rookie. He was good this year before he got injured. So the young pitching is really growing and performing extremely well. I'm seeing with the Red Sox to an extent with Josh Winkowski. Brain Bayo is going to get to make his MLB debut today as of when this video goes up. The young pitching is really getting to the big leagues and it's performing well. And Grayson Rodriguez is one of those guys who's going to come up when he's healthy and perform well. Start of the season, I'm calling it. Grayson Rodriguez will be on the Orioles opening day roster in 2023. May not start opening day. I'll probably go to John Means. But Grayson Rodriguez, I'm going to call it. He will be if he stays healthy all of 2023, he will be the Orioles' best starting pitcher on their team. I'm making that call now, and I'm going to stick with it. But that's going to wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in to this Grayson Rodriguez prospect pipeline. It sucks that he's injured, but hopefully he can just get healthy and get back to where he was so far, how he was playing this season. And hopefully we'll see him in the big leagues next year as long as he's healthy. I'll make sure to check out all the links in the description, the website, the podcast, the Instagram, and the Twitter. Check all of that out for Bleacher, Brawls, and check out all the crew's Twitters as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're there, and comment your thoughts on Grayson Rodriguez. And also Red Sox fans, if any of you watching, comment on Brain Bayo and check out the Brain Bayo prospect pipeline we did when he got called up to AAA. Because he is making his MLB debut tonight for the Red Sox. So as a Red Sox fan myself, I'm excited about that. And we will be doing a Twitter space for the Red Sox and Yankees game on Thursday. So make sure to join us. Come chat with us live. Talk Red Sox, talk Yankees, talk baseball. We're going to do it during the game. We're going to have fun during it and come join us if you want to talk baseball with us. Ask us any questions, any ideas. If you want us to do any specific videos, come in that Twitter space and let us know, and we may just do it. My name is Derek. You've been watching Bleach Brawls, and I'll see you next time.